Welcome to the monthly anointed body cleanser and healer Aloe Vera Juice monthly Zoom session. We are glad you're joining us tonight, and we know that you all could be doing anything other than being here. So we're here every second Friday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to ask Ms. Rebecca anything about Aloe Vera Juice and the Topical. And you can submit your questions in advance by going to abch.avjuice@gmail.com, or you can call 202-556-3181 and leave a message. I want to go over some housekeeping rules with everyone. If you're calling in on Zoom, use the reactions button to raise your hand to ask a question, or you can use the chat box to write your question. To unmute, click the mute button. To mute, click the button again. If calling on the phone, you hit *6 to unmute, *9 to raise your hand. If you have a question, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized before you speak. The ABC&H Aloe team is working in the background, and we're monitoring the hand raising and the chat box. We'll call on you when it's your time in queue. We will have a slide at the end of the session that will give you more information about the company and how to place an order. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone that tonight's session is being recorded. It's not scientific medical advice, and it's not meant to replace any advice that you will get from your medical provider. I think I said it's going to be recorded. Anyway, at this time, we'll have a prayer or inspirational message by Ms. Alice Edwards.
Thank you, Donna. Good evening. Lord, we come this evening with humble hearts and gratitude. Thank you for blessing us with this miracle drink, Aloe Vera Juice. We realize this drink is from you because Miss Rebecca could never have created this on her own. We are blessed because she listened and followed your directions. We realize how great it is to receive a miracle, but there's no greater gift than to become a miracle. We become miracles by sharing the strength with others and telling our story. Our purpose is connected to helping others. God, help us to realize we are the answer to somebody's prayer, just like Miss Rebecca was the answer to my prayer. Lord, I pray that you bless Miss Rebecca with strength and help to continue your work. I pray that you bless her team and keep them encouraged. I pray for everyone on this call tonight. Keep us all safe, healthy, and protected as this country opens back up. Lord, I pray that you anoint us to help others by sharing this miracle drink. Thank you, Father, in your name, amen.
Thank you, Alice. That was beautiful.
Amen.
Thank you.
So now I would like to introduce Ms. Rebecca Brown, the CEO and founder of ABC&H Aloe Vera Juice. She can take questions for 30 minutes. Then we will hear testimonies. If you need an answer to your question before next month, please put it in the chat box and we will get an answer to you. Welcome, Ms. Rebecca. I don't know if Ms. Rebecca is on or not. Doesn't look like Ms. Rebecca's on, so do you all want to start with testimonies?
I think that's a great idea, Donna, and we'll just turn it back over to Ms. Rebecca when she is available.
Okay, so if anyone would like to give testimonies, you can once again raise your hand in the chat box to be recognized, or you can unmute yourself by pressing *6 if you're on the phone. So I can give a testimony real quick from my husband, who's using the topical on his hair, and it's growing. his hair was thinning out because of locks and the tension put on it by twisting it so much. But yeah, he's introducing it to other men who are, have also lost their hair. And yeah, it's helping his hair to grow back. So anyone else want to share? Now, I know how many people on here. I know y'all got some testimonies. There's just 31 people on here. I know y'all got some testimonies. Come on with it, please. We want to hear about it.
Hi, hello, this is John.
Hi, John. How are you?
Okay, last month I'll give you an update on my wife. I was on the call last month, and well, we had a setback for a couple days. They put a new catheter in her, and she got a urinary tract infection, and so she had to go to a hospital for 2 days, 2.5 days to get antibiotics. Well, she's back home again, and well, she was also dehydrated, so they had to give her a lot of liquids. But now she's back home, smiling again, and we're giving her Aloe Vera, and we're back on track. In fact, the nurse was here that comes from the hospice care nurse that came twice a week to see her and make sure the medication and take her vitals. Now she said, well, she's doing so good, I can only see her 1 time a week. I got more patients I got to see. I guess probably more important. In other words, because my wife is not doing bad enough to justify her coming 2 times a week now. So that's good news.
That is good news. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Anyone else would like to share? It's a hand raised in the chat box. It's an 803 number. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Hi, we can hear you, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yes. I was calling because I have been taking the Aloe Vera, and on the 16th of June, I had an A1C test done, and my levels were 7.7, and they were trying to say that I had diabetes. So I went to the doctor on the 13th, on the 7th, and had her to do the test again because I know I was still taking it, and I told her that I didn't think that the test results were right. So she checked me again, and the levels were down to 6.6. So I didn't tell her that I was taking this, so I'm supposed to go back in 3 more months and then check it again and see how I'm coming along, and then I'll tell her what I was doing.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful testimony as well. The aloe vera is powerful. It really is.
Yeah.
Anyone else would like to share? Everybody's kind of quiet tonight. Miss Rebecca is on as well. Anyone else want to share? Come on, we need some more testimonies.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I don't have a testimony, but I would like to ask you a question in reference to the gentleman you was talking about using it on his hair. I know everybody's body chemistry is different. What period of time did it take for him to see improvement with his hair using the ointment or the topical?
You want to know how long?
What period of time? Yes, time frame did it take him to start seeing results?
It didn't take long. It took less probably than a week.
Okay.
It didn't take long at all. And you got to, the thing is, like Miss Rebecca says, you have to use this stuff every day. You can't just use it and stop, use it and stop. You have to be consistent. And that's with anything. If you want to see some changes, you have to be consistent.
Okay, so I came in towards the end of the conversation. We are talking about the little brown jar.
Right. We're talking about the topical. Yes.
Topical. Okay, that's what
He drinks it. He drinks it as well, ma'am. He drinks it also.
I'm talking about the green or the brown.
No, he drinks the green, the brown.
Okay.
Right.
Got it. Okay, it's what thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome. Anyone else? Hi.
I have a question.
Sure.
Good evening, everyone. Miss Rebecca, my cousin ordered me your juice, and she told me to try it, and she sent me the link to call in and listen to the testimonies and everything. First and foremost, thank you for everything you've done. She has a testimony, but she couldn't make it on the line this evening, but that's her testimony. I myself, I am a Black female, and I have fibroid tumors. And I'm wondering if your juice would assist me with that, because I'm to the point wherein my doctor wants to do a hysterectomy.
Are you ready for the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, I would highly recommend that you don't do a hysterectomy. And yes, how long have you been using the juice?
I'm waiting on my first batch now. I have not used the juice yet.
Okay. Yes, I would highly recommend you use the juice both for drinking and for fibrous tumors and cysts. You would have to use that internally. You know how people do uses vinegar and water for douching the inside of the body?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you would use the topical for. Because what the topical does is it goes in and reduces the blood supply to the tumors and they will die. Let me just ask you this. Are you familiar with what cancer really is? Do you understand what it is?
No.
Okay. Cancer is nothing more than your cells. You know how cells are supposed to multiply and divide, right?
Yes.
Okay. And once they divide, they have a function that they perform over a period of time. After that function, they're supposed to die and be removed from the body so that you can generate new cells. And that's how the body regenerates itself. For whatever reason, it could be many reasons, diet, environment, food, whatever it might be. These cells that have performed their functions will not die. And so what they do is they multiply, but they multiply in tumors. That's all cancer is. So when someone says to you, they have cut it out, that is not true. You cannot cut cancer out. It's a part of you. And that's one of the reasons they give people chemo, because they're trying to kill that cell that should have died years ago. And so when they give you chemo, the only difference is chemo kills all of your cells and poison your good cells so they can't multiply. And that's how the body suffers. Now, what the aloe vera does, it goes in just like it normally would in the blood, because you have to remember, cancer is tied to blood. That's how it survives, off of the blood, because it's a cell. So what happened, aloe goes in, searches out the cancerous cells, cut off the blood supply, and the cancer cell dies. There are some things, though, that you must do to help the aloe as well. You must change your diet. If you eat anything that has lots of sweets, You shouldn't, because sweets actually promote the growth of cancer. Okay? If you eat anything that has lots of dairy, you should not do that, because that promotes cancer growth. And the reason is because it creates mucus. Cancer moves around in the body through the mucus environment. And if you eat meat, you should reduce and cut out meats per se. When I say meats, I'm talking about thick meats like pork, what is the other one? Pork and beef and that kind of thing. If you're going to eat meat, and I would say this to most of you or all of you, if you're going to eat meat, you should only eat it about 2 or 3 times a week. And that should be no more than fish. It should be fish, turkey, and that's basically it. And make it as fresh as possible. Hold on 1 second, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll be right with you. 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. That's Mr. Brown. He's trying to get in. He said he puts the code in and they won't let him in. So I'll try to help him as soon as I'm finished with this. But what you should eat is beans. And here's why. Beans are good for you for 2 levels. They're protein and they're fiber. Cancer cannot survive fiber. And protein builds up the body. Okay? Mr. Brown, I'm sorry. I'll get right back in touch with you. Okay, protein builds up the body. So therefore, what you want to do is eat beans at least 2 to 3 times per week. And reduce your intake of sugar, dairy, and thick meats. I would also recommend, I don't know what kind of water you drink, but what I would also recommend for you, if you're buying the water from the store, I would highly discourage it. And this is what I would recommend for you. Get yourself a stainless steel pot, and the same water that is in your faucet, you should boil that water 1.5 hours at a slow boil. And as you see the steam leave the water, what you're actually watching is the impurities and the bacteria leave the water. Once that steam leaves that water naturally returns to the pH balance that the cells can handle. And so it flushes the cells and cleanses the cells so that you can actually get the cleansing and flushing that you're supposed to. The water that you're buying are usually from someone else's faucet. Read the ingredients and you will more than likely see it. Okay?
Okay. Well, I have an H2O I have an H2O store up the street from my house, and it's a distillery. They make alkaline water.
Okay.
And I usually go there to get my water to drink and to make my ice with. But usually when I cook from the tap.
Okay, when you say a distillery, do you know have you seen the distillery? Because what a distillery does is the water is enclosed in tubes and that drains off in the form of a drip, because of the fact that it has to be isolated from all outside bacteria. So have you actually seen the distillery?
Yes, ma'am. has the storefront, and then behind the storefront is the double doors, and he has the windows where you can see the big machines and
Okay.
all that other good stuff.
Okay, then that's safe.
And
That's safe.
okay,
That's safe.
okay.
So that's what I would recommend for you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're quite welcome, but I would discourage a hysterectomy because you're going against what the body is designed to do. Once you do what we just talked about give yourself 3 to 6 months, it could happen sooner, but you start seeing changes. Okay?
Okay, well, I'm definitely looking forward to it because right now I look like I'm ready to give birth.
Well, don't worry, it'll be reduced. It'll be reduced.
Miss Rebecca, this is Barbara.
Yes, ma'am.
If I can chime in to the caller here, I was also recommended by my doctor to have a hysterectomy, and I was actually drinking the aloe vera because I have endometriosis, and I would do a lot of heavy bleeding where my
Yes.
count where I was down to becoming anemic. And I tell you, I was so afraid. I didn't want to get a hysterectomy. I just want my organs. And
Right.
what I did, I continued, I drank the aloe vera for about, 3 months, went back to the doctor. They examined me and found out that my wound, I was healing, and they could not find any, because I had a lot of tumors and, like I said, fibroids and things, but they were slowly just leaving, dissipating. They were gone.
Wow.
At one point, my yearly, after the 6 months, I had my 1 year physical. I did not have any more bleeding. The endometriosis that I had, there was no signs of it. My wound was healed, back to its normal state, and no bleeding.
Okay.
And I lost also, my stomach went down because my stomach was bloated. I no longer have the bloatness in my stomach, so it's definitely was a miracle work for me to get back to my natural state, and I feel just fabulous.
Oh, that's a blessing.
And I hope
That's a blessing.
helps. I hope that helps.
Yes, it does. It really does. I was scheduled to have a hysterectomy on July 3rd. And my cousin called me and she said, "Stop, please stop, just stop. Just wait, just wait, just wait." She said, "Please just wait." She said, "You have to try this aloe vera juice. You have to try it." She said, "It's going to help you with everything." I'm like, "Everything?" She said, "Everything, but you have to be persistent. You have to drink it every day." She said, "I'm going to buy you your first 30-day supply." And she said, "When you start getting low, you go ahead and you order it again. And if you don't like it," she said, "I promise you, if it doesn't work for you, I'll pay for it myself." I'm like, okay, nothing beats a failure but a try, because, I don't have any kids because of this, and I want to have kids, so I canceled. I didn't even reschedule. I canceled on the strength of my cousin. And I'm definitely going to try this aloe vera juice. And what I'm going to do, I'm sorry.
I was ready to say, I think that's a great thing to do, because not only, I was drinking the juice for one thing, but it kind of like helped to bring my body back, to normal in other areas. So it was not only just taking care of one ailment I had, it took care of multiple ailments that I had.
Okay, that's awesome. That's amazing. Wow. Yes, that is a blessing. And I everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So I am definitely going in full throttle, and I am going to the website, and I'm going to order the topical, because she only ordered me the juice. But I'm going to order the topical, and I'm going to do everything.
So I wanted to ask something also as far as your diet. With it being so warm, ma'am, you can add salads and try to use like a light vinaigrette or something on your salad, cucumbers, anything you like in your salad. This is a time, even with fruit like watermelon, but you want to get stuff with seeds. Watermelon with black seeds. Don't get anything seedless. You want everything in its most natural state. But this is definitely a time to do a lot of live food. When I say live food, I mean salads. And if you're going to do fish, try to do wild caught fish, but try to really stay away from a lot of meat if you want to do, and just fish every now and then, because I had fibroids myself and I basically, healed myself of them with my diet. I wasn't on the aloe at that time because I didn't know anything about it, but diet is definitely a factor, like Miss Rebecca said. And it, tumors feed off of dairy, and meat and all of that. So you definitely want to watch your diet. Along, of course, with taking the aloe.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, well, I'm not a seafood eater. I'm the only person in my family that do not eat seafood at all. But I'm gonna have to just buckle down and find a way to eat the seafood, the fish.
Right. And like I
so
said,
you recommend wild caught?
Yes, wild caught. Yep, that's exactly what you want to do. I don't know where you live, but Trader Joe's has wild caught salmon. They have it frozen. Whole Foods is a little bit more expensive, but you can find it.
Okay, well, I'm in Texas, San Antonio.
Okay.
So,
I'm sure they have a Trader Joe's there.
They probably do. I just don't know about it, but I'm going to look for it.
Okay. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Rebecca, for letting us chime in.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'm glad this is what this is about. Everyone can contribute. Mr. Brown is on the phone and he said he can't get in. I'm not sure what to do. Can you help him get in, please?
Miss Rebecca, can Keisha put him on a three-way?
Can what?
Can he be put on a three-way?
I'm sure he's on my phone now. Mr. Brown, can you hear? You hear me? Do you hear the call? Okay.
Because he can dial in.
Okay, can you dial in, Mr. Brown? He said when he dialed in, it won't let him. So if he dials in now, you can help him? He's coming from a 412 number. Mr. Brown, why don't you try dialing in again? Let me make sure you have the right number. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help Mr. Brown.
Miss Rebecca's 873. No, I'm sorry, 301.
No, it's 1 second. Mr. Brown, would you write this number 301?
715.
He said that's the number he's calling in on.
But then he has to put the code in.
Did you put the code in, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, he needs to put the code in.
Well, okay, why don't you just listen on my phone and then we'll see, can we work with you? Because I don't really know how to do it, and I'll be honest with you. Can you hear the call from my phone? Okay, all right, Mr. Brown is talking from my phone. So Mr. Brown, if you have any thing to say, I'll put you on speaker, okay? All right, I'll put you on speaker. So do you have a testimony? All right, can you all hear Mr. Brown?
It's kind of faint, but.
Okay, Mr. Brown, you want to talk loud, it's faint, they said.
Do they hear me?
Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, that's a little better.
Yes, they can hear you.
Great. I've been with the program since last year around not November.
June. June.
It was like June, yeah, back in June. I've been on dialysis now for 8 years. and I'm good about eating healthy. But since I've been on this aloe and understanding what it's doing in my blood, everybody must know you don't want to be bamboozled by the taste of the aloe because you're toxic. All of us are toxic. And what it do is it pull all the toxins out of your blood and out of your tongue forward. And when they finish cleaning you up, all these problems in the body are gone, non-existent. I know this because my doctors ask me all these questions every time they do my blood work. They want to see all this medication I'm taking in my blood and they don't see it. So they're wondering if I'm taking it. So every month I have to bring them in and let them see I've been taking it. But they don't need to know nothing about my aloe. So that's all natural. It will clean you up. And when the day comes, my kidney's going to be healed because I still use the bathroom. So if anybody out there having problems with kidneys, pancreas, blood pressure, this aloe will clean it up. Don't think it won't. Just believe and know it'll get your blood back to where it needs to be. I'm telling everybody that hear me, if you know anybody on dialysis, they need to get on this aloe. And all they need to do other than that is stop eating that processed food with all that sodium in it because that's not what the body needs. Ain't nothing wrong with putting a little salt on your food because that ain't sodium. Man made that. So, my testimony was drink at least 5 to 8 ounces, and I do it first thing in the morning. If I go to dialysis, I do it after. And that's my testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Did you all hear Mr. Brown?
Yes, that's a powerful testimony.
Yes.
So at this time, are there any questions for Miss Rebecca?
Hello, this is Michael. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, everyone. I just want to go back to what you said about boiling your water. I was recently having some issues at my house with water, and I kept seeing like this white stuff that was coming out around my my faucet. And I was talking to Barbara, and Barbara was like, "You need to get a stainless steel pot, like you told her, and start boiling the water." And I realized that I had gotten a waterborne illness from my faucet water because I think with everybody being home, they were putting more of this some type of live stuff in the water that was causing me some adverse reactions and effects. So what you said about boiling your water is absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Yes, yes. Well, and see, understand something about water. The pipes and tubes that water comes through over a period of time collects debris and bacteria. And what that water does, it carries the bacteria and debris with it as it travels through your faucet. And you will end up with this bacteria and debris in your system. The only thing that kills it is heating it. Heat will drive all bacteria and debris out. And at some point, realize when you are boiling the water, you need to have an open window or something so this bacteria can escape. You should have an open or cracked window or something so the bacteria can escape because it's coming out in the air. And you don't want to have your windows and everything closed. You need to have a way so it can escape, so it will not cause you any harm. But yes, boiling your water is the best route to cleansing and purifying your water that goes into your system. It will taste different and everything once you try it.
Miss Rebecca, we have two hands up, and these are on the phone. So the person with number area code 210-673 0773, if you can do *6 to unmute, we would love to hear you. Okay.
You called my number.
Right, I have your hand. Your hand is up.
Oh, it must have been a mistake.
Okay, not a problem. The next person with the hand up is area code 803, phone number 381-1855. If you can do *6 to unmute.
Okay. Yes, I have a question. I wanted to know, could you give me the what the topical is used for?
You need to know what it's used for.
Yes.
It has many uses. It's used to, on the outside of the body, it cleanses, removes, moisturizes, and rejuvenates the skin. It will, you can use it in your scalp. It will remove all bacteria that is in your hair follicles. Some people start to lose their hair and can't understand why. It's because the hair follicles have bacteria in it that prevents the hair from coming through the hair pores. You put it in your scalp and it will destroy the bacteria so that the hair can actually come out, and you see that your hair will grow. You can use it for cleansing your eyes. The eye is exposed, and so you have bacteria and all kinds of impurities that gets into the eye glands and the eye vessels. And a lot of people suffer from dry eye because of that. And what it does is it goes in and it flushes out all of the debris and impurities out of the eye glands, eye vessels, and it creates the solution to bring the eye out of the dry eye status. So it's a variety of usages for it, but I strongly recommend, if you haven't tried it, try it. If you suffer from a lot of inflammation, it will remove inflammation from your joints, which cause arthritis. It will relieve that. If you're suffering from gout, which is uric acid, and a person that has gout doesn't drink enough water, and the uric acid builds up around the joints and starts to destroy and deteriorate the joints. So it will neutralize the uric acid and flush it from the system and give the body the desire to want water so you can drink water. Does that help you?
Yeah, so this is daily use as well.
Yes, I would highly recommend it daily. You can put it all over your body and you will definitely see changes. It moisturizes the skin. And what it does, a lot of people have issues with aging. It keeps the skin from aging to the point where you get all kinds of, what I think they call them, crow's feet around the eyes and in the face and all of that. It prevents all of that as it moisturizes the skin.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a hand raised, Peggy Kirk, if you want to speak.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Miss Rebecca.
Hi, Peggy. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I just wanted to give a quick testimony based on the topical. I forgot all about it. You know, I had talked to you about 3 weeks or so ago about that sharp pain I was having coming from my neck area down my shoulder and up into my head. And you told me what to do. I basically just massaged it into my neck and shoulder area several days, and as well as into my scalp on that. I really just did it on that side. And I forgot to get back to you to let you know that I think I used it maybe 3 days. And we talked about it possibly. I thought I might have been dehydrated and so it was like a shooting pain for those listening, coming from my neck area into the outer side of my shoulder on the right side, and then up on the right side of my shooting from my neck into my head. And I had been doing some strenuous exercising, so probably just irritated a nerve or something. Follow Miss Rebecca's instruction to massage it in and into the head area. And I think it was within 3-4 days, I have not actually had any. And of course, I did increase my hydration with water, but I have not experienced any more of that since then. And then also that was with the topical. This is the topical. And then again with the topical, I literally, after I just wash my face, I actually just massage it into my face, and I allow it to just kind of, I put it into my eyes. Sometimes I do use a syringe and just drop a couple of drops in there. But most of the time I just lay it into my, right on top of my eyes, and just let it absorb straight through the eyelids. And what I noticed is, you know, how you wake up in the morning, you might have that sleep in your eye from your air conditioner or whatever, heat or whatever coming in. I have not had that issue in over 2 weeks. So I'm waking up, eyes clear, opening up, not, and it's not even sleep. I think I think I heard you say something about what it was, Miss Rebecca. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. The topical has dissolved both of those issues.
Great, great. I'm glad to hear it. Yes, it's impurities that gets into the eye, because the eye is an open vessel, and you might not realize it, but a lot of impurities and bacteria gets into the eye, and you just need a way to cleanse them out. Thank you, Peggy. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Good evening, Donna. Good evening, Mama Rebecca. This is Faluke.
Hey, Faluke.
Hey. Good night. Good night. I'd like to ask a question. Is there any part of the aloe that we shouldn't ingest?
No,
Okay.
there is none of it. That the topical you shouldn't. I mean, it's not going to kill you or hurt you, but it's just so strong. Always just remember this: anything that God arranged for you, He doesn't make exceptions. He gives you everything you deserve and more. So
Thank you.
He plant that plant. He planted so that the entire body will benefit from it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does
The
that
reason
help?
why, someone was saying something to me that beneath, just close to the skin, that you're not supposed to ingest. But I think I would take that better from you, because I mean, you've been working with this aloe for a very long time, and you're still here. So
Well, there is the scientists, as we always call them, and I belong to that group of people myself. You have to take what they say with caution, because you have to remember, one of the problems that pharmaceuticals and scientists have is this: anything natural, you cannot write a prescription for it.
that's right.
And anything natural is what God gave us. So if they can prevent you from becoming healthy, they will, because you have to remember, you are their meal ticket. If they can keep you on medication, they get paid.
That's right.
But if you come off of medication, they have to find another means to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take what they say and look at it, analyze it, and understand something. This is your body. It speaks to you. You need to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And there is nothing that God would give us to destroy us because he cares for us and he loves us.
True.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Miss Rebecca, this is Alice. I noticed in the chat, Clara has a question on fibroids. I'm going to try to unmute her because she said she was having a problem raising her hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Clara?
Clara? Can you hear Clara? We still can't hear her. Clara?
Look,
and you could just write your question in the chat. I will relay it to Miss Rebecca.
So I guess, is there anyone else while we're waiting on Clara? Because we're finishing at 9 o'clock, so we want everyone to get their questions in if you have one.
Miss Rebecca, is this a good time to talk about the family pack, and I can bring up the slide for you until?
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
I do that?
Yes.
Let me do that. I'm going to share my screen.
While Barbara's doing that, okay, here it is. This came about. I've been working with a couple of families, and one of the things they brought to my attention was cost. And so I sat down and tried to do as much as I can to help with the cost. I can control the cost of the product. What I can't control is the cost of shipping. And shipping is astronomical. And sometimes the packages arrive, sometimes they don't, they're damaged. There's a whole host of problems, and I'm battling with FedEx right now as we speak on both the federal and state level. To get them to take on their responsibility. So what I did is I looked at how can I help? And I put together 4 varieties of packages. And I took everything into consideration on cost, and my goal is this: to keep you healthy. If cost is going to prevent you from being healthy, then this is what I try to do to prevent you from not being able to get the product. Okay. So the theory behind this is I wanted you to try a variety of them. So for package 1, for those of you that can see it, and for those of you that are on the phone, what package 1 has in it is 1 gallon, 1/2 gallon, 1 quart, and a topical. And that entire package costs you $50. Okay. Package 2 is the same concept, except in package 2, you have 2 gallons, 1/2 gallon, a quart, and a topical. And that whole package costs you $70.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go to 3 and 4. Okay. 3, for package 3, you have 3 gallons, 1/2 gallon, a quart, and a topical. That whole package is $90. Okay. When you look at this theoretically, 3 gallons, if you ordered them separately, is $90.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the concept and follow what I'm trying to do?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you get in package 3. Package 4 is the same concept. You get 4 gallons, 1/2 gallon, 1 quart, and 1 topical. And that whole package costs you $115. Okay. Again, I can control the product cost, but I can't control the shipping. And as you go down, I tried to put it in a format that you can see how these costs are derived. For package 1, you get 240 ounces, and that's $50. The shipping is $40. Okay. Package 2, you get 368 ounces. The cost is $70. The shipping is $50. Package 3, you get 496 ounces. The package is $90. The shipping is $65. And if you go down to, could you bring it up a little, Barbara, so I can see the bottom for package 4?
Oops. Sorry about that. That's
okay. Can you read it off for me?
And for package 4, the size is 624 ounces. That's $115, and the cost is $115, and the shipping cost is $75, which your total cost would be $190. That's a great deal.
Okay. And this is all about you and your health. And cost is it can be a factor. And because I understand that, I wanted to absorb as much of the cost as I could to write off. As an accountant, there are certain things I can write off. So I can write off what I've allowed you to move forward and have without you paying for it. And when I write it off, it offset the tax bracket that it would put me in. So this is a benefit to you. And one of the customers brought this to my attention. I asked that all of you, if there is anything that you suggest or think of that might be helpful and beneficial, please do not hesitate to let me know, because I can't think of everything, but if we all put our thoughts together, we can come up with different ways of making sure everybody gets the best benefit at the less cost. So I'm open to any and all suggestions at all times. Okay?
All right, thank you so much for that information. It's good information, good packages. We have time for one more question or testimony because we're going to end at 9 p.m. So we'll take one more.
Tony, I would like to make one.
Okay.
My name is Sharon Cunningham. I'm Miss Bernice. Hi. I'm Miss Bernice Brown's daughter. And my mama has Alzheimer's and dementia. And she's in a home now. And with her taking this, she's doing really well. The doctors want to give her, she was on what is it, blood thinners? Took her to the doctor, got her blood work done. They don't know what's going on. She was on 5 medications. She's on 2 now. And one is blood thinners and one is like a vitamin. And I am so grateful for everything. And now they want to take her off the blood thinners. And I'm really thankful for this. And I want to thank God to be a part of this Aloe Vera. And I just want to thank everybody. It's a blessing. Thank you.
You're welcome, Sharon. And that's good news for your mom.
And she does
good news. I'm glad.
She does well.
Great. I know I met her a couple of times and she was interesting, but I'm glad to hear that. And this is exactly.
And one more thing I want to say.
What we need to do, because remember, healing will occur. You just gotta use the product. You can't use it. You can't get healed if you don't use it. Okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, the testimonies tonight were fantastic. And I pray that you all continue to get involved and share.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Miss Rebecca, there's a question in the chat from Barbara. She wants to know, are those packages for delivery customers only? Will I be able to pick up next month?
Oh, you can pick up. One of the things is these packages for everyone. I ship some of them. For the orders, I deliver them, at the market. So they're for everyone. Just let me know that that's what you are interested in through the orders or through the website.
Okay, thank you. Miss Gloria has a question and she'll be our last question for tonight.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that was my question. My question was, will I be able to pick up a package from the market tomorrow?
Yes, you will. You just have to give it to me on pre-order because that's what makes it so effective with the market. You give me the order tonight, I will prepare it because remember, I'm preparing this all of these orders from like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So yes, if you give it to me, I will prepare it and have it ready for you to pick up.
Okay, so should I email it to you or can I just let you know now what I like to pick up?
Why don't you email it or text it to me?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
And for those who are on the phone, the farmers market is tomorrow. It's from 9 to 1, right, Ms. Rebecca?
Yes.
At 611 Alabama Avenue Southeast, Washington, D.C. 20032.
Correction, Donna, it's 10 to 1.
10 to 1. 10 to 1. Thank you, Barbara. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow. So we're out of time, and we want to thank you all for being with us tonight. We will be back on August the 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have an urgent question, you can email us at abch.avjuice@gmail.com, or you can call 202-556-3181 and leave a message. And someone will get back with you within 24 hours. Thank you again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you all next month.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Thank you.